The Class B championship pits a familiar player in this game. The Beatrice Orangemen making their 5th appearance in the last 10 years in the title game. Beatrice won the state championship twice under head coach Jim Weeks in 1998 and 2005. They were runner-up last year to Omaha Skutt, who was going for a three-peat this year, but they ran into the Antlers of Elkhorn, who, despite their great success in most varsity sports, have never played as the state champion. They have been a runner-up 3 times. You see that upset of Skutt in the first round. Elkhorn then took out Pius yesterday, while Beatrice ground out victories against York and Gretna. We're back with the starting lineups and tip-off in the Class B championship.
Rising from acres of Midwestern farm fields, a revolution is coming. A new era of energy independence from foreign oil. It's called soy biodiesel. Made with soybean oil, this fuel is a sustainable, renewable resource. America, it's time for an oil change. Soy biodiesel, grown in the Midwest.
Programming provided by Nebraska Public Power District.
My job with Nebraska Public Power District takes me to new heights, offers me challenging experiences. Like me, the utility cares about Nebraska. I go home at night knowing that what I do makes a difference. To put it simply, I am where I want to be.
Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us. Together with your local public power utility.
A good cowboy can't go to bed at night if his cows are hungry. You spend all of your life taking care of animals.
These are the stories that made Nebraska the beef state. Coming this June on NET1 and NET HD.
The Class B championship has arrived. Beatrice and Elkhorn, the Orangemen coming in as the #1 seed, and with Skutt getting knocked out in the quarterfinals, the path really opened up for the Orangemen.
As we mentioned during maps and brackets, Beatrice, the experienced team, Elkhorn kind of a rookie at this. As you can see, they are very proud of their basketball heritage in Beatrice, the first ever state champion. They're going for #7. Let's meet both the Orangemen and the Antlers.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association, welcome to the Bob Devaney Sports Center for Championship Saturday. For the 2008 Nebraska High School Boys State Basketball Tournament. Now for today's Class B championship game between the 20-3 Beatrice Orangemen and the 17-6 Elkhorn Antlers. Here are the lineups. First, the non-starters for Beatrice. Number 4, Tommy Bardsley. Number 10, Lucas Leflin. Number 22, Austin Needfelt. Number 34, Kyle Nienaber. Number 42, Ben Murphy. Number 44, Jimmy Higgins. And number 45, Grant Smith. And now the non-starters for Elkhorn. Number 12, Jared Brill. Number 14, Ryan Carlisle. Number 24, Jake Ritzdorf. Number 30, Drew Munger. Number 34, Zach Kramer. Number 40, Jeff Oatman. And number 52, Trevor Roach. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's the starting lineup for the Beatrice Orangemen. A 5'10" sophomore, number 3, Trevor Minke. A 6'3" senior, number 21, Zach Reese. A 5'9" senior, number 23, Jesse Ginrich. A 6'3" senior, number 24, Justin Whitler. And a 6'5" senior, number 33, Mike Fox. The assistant coaches for the Orangemen are Ben Essam, Arnie Cerny, Jeff Junker, Travis Clark, and Jim Edwards. And the head coach for Beatrice High School is Jim Weeks. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's the starting lineup for the Elkhorn Antlers. A 5'9" sophomore, number 10, Weston Fox. A 6'2" senior, number 20, Dan Spittler. A 6'2" senior, number 22, Josh Raymond. A 6'6" senior, number 32, Devin Walsh. And a 6'8" senior, number 42, Josh Lynch. The assistant coaches for the Antlers are Paul Blumenkamp, Nate Ritterbusch, Spencer Peterson, and Scott Vranikar. And the head coach for Elkhorn High School is Alex Ball. The officials for today's Class B championship game are Steve Farley, Randy Hagedorn,
so here
and
we
Jeff
go.
Basol.
It's Beatrice and Elkhorn. There's been a long-running joke that this game could be the lowest scoring of the day. And that's by design, Kevin, because Jim Weeks emphasizes possessions and emphasizes defense. And that's exactly what has happened through the course of this state tournament. 48 points against York, 40 yesterday versus Gretna. The joke is the first team to 40 probably wins the game.
Well, the philosophy for Jim Weeks is milk the clock, work the ball around the perimeter, and only take good shots. He doesn't like to force anything. You'll learn the art of passing today. Beatrice, a very patient team. Some call it boring. For those people, I hope you have your blanket close by. But for some people, like the basketball purists, this is a good basketball team.
Well, it's kind of ironic. We mentioned in the pregame that Beatrice is the first ever state champion. Well, their state championship run featured a 38-point output against West Point, 34 against Geneva, 29 against Lincoln High, and they beat Omaha South for the first state title, 19-17. So if it worked back in 1911, it can work in 2008.
It's all about the fundamentals. Jim Weeks, a fantastic tactician, and his team takes on his personality.
And the first turnover of the game is against Elkhorn as Dan Spittler throws the ball out of bounds. Elkhorn in the white and the Orangemen wearing black, trimmed in orange for this state championship game. This is Mike Fox. Leading scorer, averages 16 points a game. He had it for a moment. This is Trevor Menke.
The big key for Fox is to avoid foul trouble. He spends a lot of time on the bench just because he does play down low, and this slow, grinding offense can get him in foul trouble.
And if there's one area where Elkhorn's got a decided advantage, it's in size. Fox is 6'5", but he's by far not the tallest guy on the floor as Fox drives it in for two. But he's going to have to contend with both 6'6" Devin Walsh and 6'8" Josh Lynch, who came a blocked shot away from a triple-double yesterday as Fox takes a big swipe and slaps the leather out of bounds.
That's going to be the matchup to keep your eye on all day long. Mike Fox and Lynch. Those two will be on each other's hip all game long.
Inbound to Spittler. And the Antlers, who under head coach Alex Baugh would like to push up the tempo some, but so many teams that play Beatrice end up having to play their game. Though, as we've seen in the tournament, Elkhorn is good at playing the slower, grinded out style. That's how they beat Scott on Thursday. Scott kind of developed along the same background, the same defensive philosophy, and key on possessions and conserving those possessions as Beatrice.
The trick is to not turn the ball over, at least get a shot off. And this is very typical. Just look at the clock come down, and Beatrice working for that one shot.
Zach Reese swatted out of bounds, swatted by Devin Walsh, but then stolen right back. Here comes Whitler. Elkhorn trying to set up the defense, and a blocking foul. Weston Fox in the lane. That'll mean free throws coming up for the Orangemen.
2-on-2. Whitler kept it. Sent the shot high off the glass. Unfortunately, it did not fall, but he will be at the line for 2.
He had a brief glimpse of Alex Baugh, the older brother of Creighton Blue Jay Nick Baugh, who is playing today in the Missouri Valley Tournament. They are the sons of Rich Baugh, former Fremont Tiger and Nebraska Cornhusker football standout. And they are the grandsons of the legendary Al Baugh, the longtime basketball and football coach who led Fremont to their last boys state basketball title. So there's coaching in the blood in the Baugh family.
Absolutely.
And Uncle Chip Baugh is the head coach at Millard North, so it runs in the family. They got plenty. They can talk plenty of basketball and work out all kinds of different things at the dinner table.
Maybe that's why the younger balls are so good. They're getting advice from up top.
No doubt about it. Josh Lynch with the drive and the layup. And that's Beatrice giving up their first points of the afternoon. 3 on the way from Fox. A rare quick possession for the Orangemen. Driving, count it! Whitler to the line, and 1.
Whitler just being the garbage man there for the rebound and the putback. He got the hack from behind. And Beatrice already up 6-2.
Right through there. And 1. 7-2 Beatrice. Teams very familiar with each other. And that one just stripped right on the dribble. Menke takes it away. And he'll trigger the Beatrice offense.
A lot of spacing by Beatrice, spreading out the defense, looking for a backdoor cut. Nothing doing, so they'll just keep the ball around the perimeter.
Over in the corner. Now back outside around the arc.
And yes, Mike Fox can hit from the three-point line.
Nice pass between defenders and drawing another foul. That was a beautiful pass by Jesse Gingrich as he set up his teammate Justin Whitler, who was fouled on the play by Devin Walsh. That's his first, team foul number 3 against the Antlers. And here at the free throw line is Justin Whitler.
Smart play by Gingrich, just taking it in, breaking the defense down. That's what Beatrice can do very, very well. Beatrice with just the 3 losses on the year, all pretty good losses.
Second one good. You mentioned those losses. 1 to Gross, 1 to Ralston, who had moved up to Class A this year, and 1 in double overtime to Omaha Skutt. That ended their long home winning streak. But that's the last loss, and Beatrice has gone undefeated since, winners of 8 in a row. 3, that looked like it may have been partially deflected by Whitler, which is why it went harmlessly off to the side of the rim. 9-2 Beatrice.
Elkhorn off to a slow start. Offensively, they seem a little bit rattled. I would expect more play down in the post, but it's not happening just yet.
Well, this is a new experience for these Elkhorn players. They are not used to being in a state basketball game, though, as that outlet was intercepted. Jesse Gingrich was right back there in time to take it away, and the Orangemen will reset.
Great ball fake by Fox.
And a nice touch on the jumper by Fox. And Beatrice up 11-2, bringing Jim Weeks off the bench. It's a scoring explosion in Class B from the runners-up from last year.
Programming on NET Television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank. The U.S. Bancorp Foundation supports charitable, educational, and community service-oriented organizations in communities across Nebraska and the nation. U.S. Bank employees dedicate their time and efforts to local causes they are truly passionate about. U.S. Bank. Wherever you go, you'll find us.
Get ready for the Osmonds. Celebrating 50 years of entertainment. Don't miss the Osmonds reunion concert.
Monday night at 7 Central Time on NET1.
Welcome back to the Devaney Center. John Bishop alongside Kevin Suits. Dan Hedman will be working courtside for us here in this Class B championship game. As we come back to action, Jesse Gingrich called with the first foul of the game on Beatrice. But so far it's been all Orangemen, up by 9 in the early going here against the Antlers. Entry pass denied, slapped away by Ben Murphy. Down the floor come the Orangemen, but uncharacteristically, they turn the ball back over themselves, trying to rush it down there, and knocking to the floor. There's the layup by Ritzdorf, but wow, Spittler just went right through the defender. Thought for sure we'd get a call, but the officials let it go.
And Elkhorn cashes in from down low, where they've been trying to get the ball so far here in the first quarter.
11-4 Orangemen. Gingrich all the way around. He's being guarded by Ritzdorf. Mike Fox. Fox, one of a couple of players to have extensive championship experience. Was in this game last year as well. Here's an up and under, and a foul.
Nice spin move and then a pump fake to get Lynch up in the air. Fox, even though he didn't get the bucket, gets the foul. A good fundamental play by Mike Fox. He already has 4 points. Chance to tack on 2 more.
The 6'5" senior averages 16 points and 9 rebounds a game. Had a double-double yesterday against Gretna of 12 and 10.
That's pretty remarkable considering he sat almost the entire third quarter. And a good portion of the second as well. Foul trouble. I don't know if I've ever seen a game where Mike Fox wasn't in foul trouble.
Well, he has to get down there and bang with the big boys on many occasions. Today, though, we've seen him play out on the perimeter a little bit more. But he's down there in there defensively now. 12-4. Tried to deny the entry, and he could not. Overpowering it was Josh Lynch right to the basket.
Good seal by Lynch. Perfect entry pass. If that pass is a little bit off the mark, it gives Fox a chance to recover and possibly swat the ball away. Instead, it was right on the money, and Lynch puts it in for 2.
12-6 in favor of the Orangemen. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Fox looking around for an open teammate.
So he gets that ball and he doesn't even think about shooting. He's looking right away for somebody to get open.
Well, he knew he had 42 standing right behind him. Now he's right in front of him. And they'll open up a 3 on the outside. Trevor Mayhew knocks down the tray. And that makes it a 9-point game. High lob, there you go to Lynch. Boy, if they can keep that going, they'll... Again, you talk about having a big man presence. That's going to be Elkhorn's bread and butter. If they can get it to him, that's twice in a row on possessions. They've gone right down low to Lynch. This time, Fox takes it in strong. And then they call him on the reach-in foul. I thought for a moment Lynch got just a little bit lazy there. He wasn't as alert, and Fox very active out there. But he'll get the ball here. No, just missed it. Second team foul on Beatrice.
How about this? Beatrice, 15 points first quarter. All right, we got some offense.
Foul is actually called on Murphy. That's who they flashed up on the board, Ben Murphy. With 1:05 left to play here in the first quarter. And Beatrice will pressure the ball in, but Elkhorn gets it into the front court. Under a minute to play in the first period. Jared Brill. He knows what it's like to play in championships, having been on the Elkhorn football team. There's an open look for Fox. Rolls off, and the other Fox with 1X, Mike Fox with the rebound.
Beatrice likely to hold for the final shot of the quarter.
Jim Weeks throwing up a few fingers in the air. Beatrice treating this like most any other possession, not really as cognizant of the clock at this moment. And now another whistle from the far side.
Watch Mickey, he usually takes the shot on buzzers.
Not this time, though. He'll dish it off instead to Reese. And Elkhorn was there in time to knock it away, and that will do it for the first period. So Beatrice gets off to a 15-8 lead in the Class B championship.
Hi, I'm Matt Davison, and I drive Nebraska's highways almost every day. Please use caution when driving in winter weather, and watch for highway workers as they clear the roads. Slow down when you meet a snowplow, and don't brake suddenly if you're traveling in front of one. They can't stop as quickly as a car or pickup. If you're gonna head out in winter weather, check out the Nebraska Travel Information website at 511nebraska.org, or just dial them at 511. Don't take any chances this year. If there's ice and snow, take it slow.
Programming on NET television is provided in part by Education Quest Foundation. For over 20 years, Education Quest has provided free college planning resources to help students search colleges, search for scholarships, complete financial aid applications, and learn more about student loans. Education Quest is located in Kearney, Lincoln, and Omaha. Appointments available at 800-666-3721.
Welcome back to the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Elkhorn head coach Alex Baugh telling him, team there, just relax, we're fine. Slow this game down. We need numbers if we want to come back in this one. So you said it could be a low-scoring game. That's what Elkhorn wants, guys.
All right.
Interesting.
Thanks, Dan. 15-8. Well, I think we see with Elkhorn, the best way to go is to feed number 42 down in the paint.
The best way to do that is in the half court, so that's where the slow it down comes in.
That shot was blocked, swatted away by Raymond and into the hands of Lynch. So now the Antlers with a chance here to slice into the 7-point deficit. Lynch looks inside for his teammate Walsh, who was pushed on his way to the basket as the pass was coming towards him. And the foul is going to be whistled on Zach Reese, the 6'3" senior. And that is team foul number 3 on the Orangemen, and Mike Fox spent a few seconds of the start of the period on the bench, now back in. Wide open. Weston Fox, as Menke was late getting out there, and the wide open 3 closes the gap down to 4.
Menke wasn't sure which way to go, and the entry pass came in, guessed the wrong way, and Fox hits the 3. 4-point difference now.
Fox has matched his total for the entire state tournament in terms of scoring. He had 3 yesterday on a 3-point field goal and just had 3 there. And now off the 3 miss by Fox. There's another tray, and we're almost tied. So a 6-0 run here to start the period on a pair of 3s, and Elkhorn's right back within 1.
A little momentum brewing for the Antlers right now.
Fox looking outside for Gingrich. Now he's going to try to work in, and traveling.
Fox tried to go straight up to get the foul, but Lynch was even more vertical. Just shuffled the feet before he left the ground.
Well, sometimes it takes you about a quarter to kind of get your bearings as you play in a game like this. As we said, it's the first time for Elkhorn in the finals in years. 1971 was the last time they won it, or last time they were in it. And there's a 3 from the corner, and the first lead for the Antlers.
Spittler's a shooter. He is not afraid to pull the trigger. Had a bunch of clutch baskets, and the Antlers' big upset quarterfinal win over Scott. He's been feeling it here in the state tournament.
So the run continues. A 9-0 run to start after it was 15-8. Dan Spittler now whistled with the foul. That is team foul number 5, I should say, against the Antlers. 5:59 left to go, first half. Elkhorn now by 2 in the Class B championship.
Programming is provided in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska.
Escalator or stairs? It may seem like an easy choice, but the hard truth is the illness and disease that result from inactivity cost about $76 billion a year to treat. At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska, we believe that cost is much too high, and not just in terms of money. So when it comes to keeping you healthy and keeping healthcare affordable, walking works. Your health, your choice.
The NSAA State High School Basketball Championships are underwritten in part by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. The Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. The Blues are good for you.
The Devaney Center, Beatrice head coach Jim Weeks telling his team there, don't let them shoot those wide open threes, get in their face, make them drive. So it seems like Beatrice wants to play the down low game. We thought coming in, maybe that was Elkhorn's game, guys.
Well, it's been the 3 that has been the killer here in the fourth period, or second period, I beg your pardon. We're fast forwarding already. That's 3 threes here in the second to give Elkhorn a 2-point lead. Fox working his way in, trying to bull his way down, and it's good.
Look at him stick with it, pivot several times to just be patient. The best open look you're going to get, go up with it strong, and he got the little floater.
So now back to even at 17. Here's the entry for Lynch. And he's shut down by Fox. Caught at the baseline, stripped, and here comes Beatrice.
Elkhorn fans thought that Reese got a little ahead of himself when it should have been a travel.
17 and 17, 5:15 to go here in the first half. Fox. Nice pass, and it rolls home for Whitler. Boy, you gotta have a lot of confidence. There are so many arms and legs down in there, and to throw a wraparound bounce pass to your teammate has a lot of confidence in where your teammates are.
A lot of crowding down in there, and I guess that's what happened when you play basketball together for quite some time, and especially at this level. We talked about that yesterday with head coach Jim Weeks, the fact that they've been pretty deep in the state tournament the past few years. It really helped them grind out that 3-point win over Gretna.
Orangemen lead by 2. And as Walsh takes it to the free throw line, he is fouled. That'll be on Reese. That is his second team foul number 4 against the Orangemen. We mentioned how Elkhorn has never won a state basketball championship. They were runner-ups in 1971, the last time they were in this game, and also in 1969, losing to Hastings St. Cecilia. That was their last title until today. So a little bit of linking between the classes. It also gives you an idea how big Elkhorn has gotten in 39 years. They were Class D in 1969, and they are borderline Class A now.
Basically Omaha.
Well, they have now been swallowed by Omaha, but they still have their identity, and they're opening a new school in a couple of years, Elkhorn South. So, as some have estimated, and as we've seen in Lincoln, we've seen it in Omaha, anytime you open new schools, that of course starts to dilute some of the talent. So some people think this could be a last hurrah for at least a little while the population works itself out. Nice save. Trevor Menke throws it off the legs of the Elkhorn defender and gives Beatrice the basketball.
Menke plays really smart for just a sophomore. Defensively and offensively, running the point for Jim Weeks. I really like his play. Not a big scorer is Menke. He's just a typical point guard. Main duty is to distribute.
Well, in an offense like this, which emphasizes possessions, as we get the 3 from Gingrich. So a 9-0 run is erased by a 7-0 Beatrice run. And it's 22-17. But in an offense like this, your guards aren't going to necessarily score a lot, and that's exactly what Menke does. He's a distributor. The scoring usually comes from underneath, like that right there for Josh Lynch.
Yeah, Mike Fox is a little too late getting onto the block. Gave Lynch a wide open look. Right up to the window and put it in.
Lynch has 8 points, and that's going to be a foul. Josh Raymond thought he had had enough of the basketball, that there should have been a double dribble, that he had forced a double dribble out of Menke, but no such call. That's the first foul on Raymond. And we'll be back.
Programming on NET television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank. Across Nebraska, the nation, and everywhere in between, U.S. Bank provides financial, trust, and investment services to individuals, large corporations, and small businesses. Wherever you go, whether it's in person, on the phone, or on the World Wide Web, you'll find U.S. Bank. You'll find more than 50,000 U.S. bankers, home of the 5-star service guarantee.
The NSAA State High School Basketball Championships are underwritten in part by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. And by U.S. Bank, measuring success through performance, pride, products, and people, backed by a 5-star service guarantee. U.S. Bank, member FDIC.
Beatrice with a 3-point edge, 3:35 to go in the second quarter of the Class B championship game. The third of 6 title tilts today at the Bob Devaney Sports Center.
We've crowned it champions from Hastings St. Cecilia and Archbishop Bergen. This one pits Elkhorn in white and Beatrice in black. Beatrice with the 3-point lead. Fox working.
Great defense by Lynch.
He stayed his ground.
Never gave an open window and just stayed right on Fox's hip.
Nice effort by Fox, but defense won out by Lynch. 3 minutes left here in the first half. Weston Fox with a 3 here in this game early on. He's with the ball now. Nearly lost the dribble and then had it taken away on a tie-up. Elkhorn will get it on the alternating possession. But a good play by Ben Murphy as he reached in there and grabbed it.
So the dribble got a little high and he was right there to corral it, strip it away, and the possession arrow goes to Elkhorn.
So Ritzdorf will inbounds for the Antlers. And here's Lynch. You know, we talked early, especially the first period, about how Lynch getting him involved in the offense inside, but they really haven't fed him much here in this period. As the foul is called on Jesse Gingrich, his second, 16th foul against the Orangemen, and that will send Dan Spittler to the line.
Shooting 2 shots.
Spittler, 6'2" senior, averages 13 points a game. Had 13 against Scott and 9 against Pius yesterday. But 0 for 2 that trip to the free throw line. And then kind of a ticky-tack foul for Elkhorn.
Coaches don't like to see that in the backcourt, so far away from the hoop.
And
there's really no need to do that.
It comes from Jake Ritzdorf, whose family has quite the history in this state tournament. Ken Ritzdorf's son. Ken was a member of Howell's basketball dynasty back in the 70s, along with his brother Tom. And we had a pair of Ritzdorfs. We had John Ritzdorf, who was Tom's son, who played for York this year, and Jake in this game, son of Ken, playing for Elkhorn. So just goes to show you a little championship experience from the fathers can also be passed down to the sons. Let's take a look at Jake.
So crazy, all the lineage, isn't it?
We talked about the Baugh family earlier. I mean, it is. It really does.
Trickle-down effect. And I think that really stems from passion for basketball, and one of those guys that is very die-hard basketball. That's Jim Weeks, the head coach. And like you said, for Coach Baugh, it's in his blood.
Now here comes traditional Beatrice basketball, working patiently. And then Trevor Mankey works off the screen, gets the open look, and drains the three, and Beatrice has their 6-point lead.
Very unassuming bucket. It seemed like Mankey was just going to take a step back to set up the offense. Sure enough, he got just a little bit of room to shoot the three, and he knocks it down. Mankey now has 6 points.
Richdorf with a leaner, too strong, rebound to Fox. "90 seconds left here in the first half. Elkhorn had that 9-0 run going for them at the beginning of the period, but since then they've gone rather quiet.
A very clean ball game, too. Not too many fouls to report.
Fox just going to wait. Is he going to take it in? Nope. Had the imposing Josh Lynch standing in front of him.
Even that far away, you got to be worried about a Lynch block.
9 yesterday against Pius. Beatrice could very well be content to possess this ball the rest of the half. This possession started with 90 seconds to go. They've halved the time already. Fox thought about a three.
Very, very basic. And
look at that. Bardsley had an open shot but decided not to take it. Now 30 seconds left. Beatrice may play for the last shot now. Yes, Stu, they may play for the last shot. Stu Pospisil of the World Herald just shakes his head. He's seen this so many times. And so have the Beatrice faithful, who appreciate this style because it works for them. Mankey for three, airballed it, and that will do it. Ooh, it just tickled the net, needed about another 2 feet of height. So Beatrice works the clock but cannot get a final bucket, and they will be content to go to the locker room with a 25-19 lead over the Elkhorn Antlers in the Class B championship game. Coming up at halftime, we will have plenty of activities for you, including our stats and our Class B All-State team. That coming up here in just a few moments as Beatrice goes to the locker room leading at 25-19. And head coach Jim Weeks is now standing by. In just a moment, we're going to go down to Dan. Dan, go ahead.
Coach Taylor, 2 quarters really had the outburst by your team in the first quarter. Elkhorn able to cut back into it in the second.
Yeah, able to make some shots. I think they had 3 threes on about 4 different possessions. They cut the lead a little bit on us. We got to make sure we're covering, especially 20. Pretty good shooter.
Now your style's to slow it down a little bit. Is that what we can see in the second half here?
We're trying to get good shots. That's what we're trying to do.
Thanks, Coach, very much. We'll let you get with your team. We'll go to break right now. It's Beatrice 25, Elkhorn 19.
Programming provided by Nebraska Public Power District.
My job as an engineer for the Nebraska Public Power District is rewarding. My education and technical skills are used every day to help generate electricity for Nebraska. And I feel good because I believe that what I do maintains the state's quality of life.
NPPD is where I want to be.
Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need us. Together with your local public power utility.
Programming is provided in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska.
These cost about $50. This costs about $57,000. Choosing to use these can help you avoid this. And since inactivity is a better predictor of death than smoking, high blood pressure, and even heart disease, using these more and this less could save you more than money. A message that's good to know from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
Programming on NET television is provided in part by Education Quest Foundation. For over 20 years, Education Quest has provided free college planning resources to help students search colleges, search for scholarships, complete financial aid applications, and learn more about student loans. Education Quest is located in Kearney, Lincoln, and Omaha. Appointments available at 800-666-3721.
I hope you're enjoying this high school championship game, which is being broadcast on NET television throughout the entire state of Nebraska. High school championships have become one of the hallmarks of NET sports. People throughout Nebraska continually tell us that they're inspired by our sports coverage. From the Panhandle to the Missouri River, viewers like you enjoy watching the excitement unfold. Whether your game is basketball, football, baseball, volleyball, swimming, or rodeo, NET Sports is your home for Nebraska athletics. We'd like to bring these games into your home for many years, and in order to accomplish our goal, we need your help. The NET Foundation has established a sports endowment fund to ensure perpetual support for NET sports programming. Call me or email me to learn more about how your legacy can live through an endowment gift to NET television.
The votes are in, and here is your 2008 All-State Class B team. These selections voted on by the coaches throughout the state, compiled by 10-11. At the top, a player we're seeing today, Mike Fox, John Leverson of Crete, and Jake Reinders. Omaha's got the two-time defending champs who did not make it to this championship game for the first time in 3 years.
Jake Peterson of Omaha, Ron Colley came up just a bit short in districts against Elkhorn and did not make it back here to state. And then Andrew Palmer of Waverly, another team that in a very loaded Class B field, there were some good teams that didn't get a chance to even make it this far. Meaning this far, of course, meaning state. So congratulations to all of those gentlemen. And of course, when we speak of John Leverson, when we know him, he will be playing football at Nebraska this upcoming season.
Absolutely. Getting back to Andrew Palmer of Waverly, the Vikings left out of the state field by 0.02 of a point. They came up on the short side of the wild card. That really brings up the issue of districts, and that B1 district was so loaded. You got Pius, Beatrice, and Waverly, and Norris as well. All four teams had a legit shot at making it to state.
Yeah, that district has really been the district in Class B for the last several seasons. You can look back at Pius has been to 4 championships in the last 10 years. Beatrice, this is their 5th in the last 10 years. Norris won back-to-back titles a few years ago. So that district really has kind of determined the rest of the class. Had it not been for Omaha Skutt winning the last 2 years, there's a good chance the champion would have come out of B1 for most of the last decade.
It's a continuous trend. And some of those coaches, I think they get tired of beating up on each other. Yes, they like the competition. It gets them ready for the state tournament. But in the end, odds are you're not going to get all those teams in. There's only 2 wild cards. There's 1 district champion. Right. There's 4 teams that are pretty good.
Well, Elkhorn trying to stem the B1 district tide right now. They trail at halftime 25-19. We'll look at the first half numbers when we continue with more from the Devaney Center after this.
The NSAA State High School Basketball Championships are underwritten in part by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. The Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. The Blues are good for you.
In for the touchdown! And he's in for 6.
Coming to your PBS station. Relive it all over again. My music. The 60s.
Ain't I got to feed her, honey? Set me free, why don't you, babe?
Tuesday night at 8:30 Central Time on NET1.
Competes in volleyball and track and field. She earned NSAA academic all-state for volleyball the past 2 years.
Live on 1011 and NET, Nebraska's home for sports. It's the 98th Boys State Basketball Tournament, halftime in Class B with Beatrice leading Elkhorn 25-19. Your halftime numbers individually: Justin Whitler with 9 points for the Orangemen, 7 points for Mike Fox, and 6 for Trevor Menke. For Elkhorn, Josh Lynch has 8 points. He is a perfect 4 for 4 from the field, feeding him down low in the paint. Dan Spittler with a couple of threes has 6 points for the Antlers, who trail it by 6. As we honor the believers and achievers at halftime, let's take a look at some of the halftime first half highlights, as Weston Fox gets blocked there. But this has been the story for Elkhorn, getting the ball underneath to Josh Lynch. We'll see him in a moment as Justin Whitler with 2 of his 9 plus the 3-point play opportunity. And then you just saw Josh Lynch with the finishing touch on that first half. But really, I think the key in the second half is going to be to try to feed that ball back down to Lynch. It was successful through the first probably 10 minutes of this game, but really Elkhorn never got back to that in the latter stages of the first half. And I think if Elkhorn's going to stand a chance in this second half, Kevin, they need to go back down there to Lynch again and see if, number one, he can get the baskets, but number two, also see if he can get Fox into some foul trouble. That's been something Fox is kind of used to, playing with a lot of fouls, but so far Fox has played a pretty clean game, has not committed a foul yet in this first 16 minutes.
Right, Lynch is 4 for 4, so obviously he's doing something right. He got off to a fantastic start. Then looking back, when Spittler hit those back-to-back threes to give Elkhorn the lead, it seemed like the Antlers got all caught up in the fact that they were hitting from beyond the arc, steered away a little bit from down low, but I expect Alex Spall to say in the locker room right now, hey, there's our bread and butter. We have a great matchup advantage down low with Josh Lynch, so let's get back to it.
25-19, Beatrice leads it at the half. This is the Class B championship game, and we'll come back with more halftime activities right after this.
Rising from acres of Midwestern farm fields, a revolution is coming. A new era of energy independence from foreign oil. It's called soy biodiesel. Made with soybean oil, this fuel is a sustainable, renewable resource. America, it's time for an oil change. Soy biodiesel, grown in the Midwest.
The NSAA State High School Basketball Championships are underwritten in part by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. And by U.S. Bank, measuring success through performance, pride, products, and people, backed by a 5-star service guarantee. U.S. Bank, member FDIC.
America has always said everything with music.
Don't miss 30 years of musical magic. Hollywood Singing and Dancing, a musical treasure.
It was the best of all times.
Brilliant, great,
thrilling, fun. Hollywood Singing and Dancing, a musical treasure on PBS.
Coming soon to NET1.
Welcome back. Alex Baugh joins me right now. Coach, your team in this game, 6-point deficit heading into the second half. What'd you tell them in the locker room?
Well, I told them that we would have taken down 6 with 16 minutes to play in the state championship at the beginning of the year, and that's what we got. We got an opportunity to win this thing. We've hung in there. I thought once we got down 11-2, our kids fought back hard, and I was proud of them for that. And we just got to find a way to get it done.
searching for the first state title in school history. Yep. Great turnout tonight. What would it mean?
Oh, it'd be huge. I mean, for this program, for these kids, it's all about our seniors this year. Fought real hard for us, and proud of them, and it'd be a huge accomplishment for our school.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. We're going to take a break right now. Elkhorn trails by 6. Second half action on the other side of this break.
Programming provided by Nebraska Public Power District.
My job with Nebraska Public Power District takes me to new heights, offers me challenging experiences. Like me, the utility cares about Nebraska. I go home at night knowing that what I do makes a difference. To put it simply, I am where I want to be.
Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us. Together with your local public power utility.
The NSAA State High School Basketball Championships are underwritten in part by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. The Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. The Blues are good for you.
Coming to your PBS station. Relive it all over again. My music, the 60s.
Ain't I got a vida, honey? Set me free. Why don't you, babe?
Tuesday night at 8:30 Central Time on NET1.
Zone is in force, and so far good news for the Beatrice Orangemen as you take a look at Mike Fox. Orangemen lead by 6 here at halftime. Beatrice looking for their state championship. This would be the 7th in the program's history, and as we mentioned, they were the first ever tournament champions back when it was all invitational, run right here by the University of Nebraska. Wasn't sanctioned. There wasn't an NSAA at the time. The University of Nebraska invited the teams to state, and it eventually became a state championship event. But Beatrice was the first winner, beating Omaha South in the finals 19-17. It was just one class back then.
And that was back in year 1911.
Yeah, we're coming up. We're the 98th tournament. We're 2 years away from our 100th state tournament. And look forward to what that might bring. A lot of memories, I'm sure, as some great moments have happened over the course of 98 years. Beatrice, of course, has many part of them, and Alex Baugh, his family, a big part of this state tournament as well. They've all had something to say about state tournaments several generations, as a matter of fact. But for Elkhorn, they're looking for the first ever state championship, and it's just hard to believe because Elkhorn has been such a power school in Class B. They've been so good in many other sports, but basketball has kind of been the one thing that has eluded them, for lack of a better term, but not this year, as they came back through a tough bracket, upsetting Omaha Skutt in that first game, and that really gave them the confidence. And then they came out yesterday and they took it to Pius and pretty much led start to finish.
I really didn't see Elkhorn beating Pius prior to the game. The reason was I just thought the Antlers used all their gas in that quarterfinal win. I mean, they were moving up and down the floor against Skutt, giving it everything they had, and sure enough that they saved a little bit and was able to grind out a nice win over Pius yesterday. It was a defensive battle, somewhat like today.
Well, it's kind of what we have come to expect in Class B. A lot of the coaches have talked about how Jim Weeks' style has really carried over throughout the entire class, especially here on the eastern side, where a lot of these B teams are located. And we'll see if that style will carry Beatrice to another state championship. 25-19 as we get ready to go here, as Fox has it in the front court. Menke Zach Reese have not called his name much. A kid who averages 13 points a game, a veteran on this club. Zach Reese, 21, down there now just inside the free throw line. Not been a part of this offense to this point.
The X factor. Reese is a garbage man, always does a lot of cleanup down in the lane. A strong post presence for the Orangemen.
Trying to duck his way in, and I think got poked in the eye.
Yeah.
Reese is wincing right now, trying to find out where he is. He can't see.
He's trying to
now
post
he's
up
back
on
in.
Walsh.
Still shaking off the after effects of that eye poke.
So here we go. Beatrice already eating a lot of clock.
In and out and in. That possession nearly took a minute. They held it for the last 90 seconds of the first half, so basically they held the ball for the last 2.5 minutes of this game, and now they have it right back after the quick miss by Elkhorn, and a foul crashing to the ground. Dan Spittler, who thought he was pushed, shaking his head in disagreement with our officiating crew. But that is his third foul, and Spittler heads to the bench. And Jared Brill will come in, the 6'1" senior.
Elkhorn's really got to D up here. You don't want this game to get to double digits, because if it does, you can expect even more of a patient offense from the Orangemen.
Fox tries to take it in, and there's the block. Lynch with his block. That's his first one of the game.
But he's been creating a lot of havoc down there defensively anyway.
Let's see if they can get the ball down low to him. They enter it in. He quickly draws a double team, but finds his cutting teammate, Devin Walsh. Nice assist by Lynch. And Walsh puts Elkhorn back on the scoreboard, 28-21 Beatrice.
Great pass by Walsh, Lynch rather, just looking over the defense and dropping it in nicely. A short pass, but a rather effective pass.
And again, Beatrice will take their time here, which is their modus operandi. Savor every possession. So many coaches have used that type of strategy over the years. Dave Ullman at Grand Island and Norfolk has won state titles with a patient, but just find your open shot. It's not so much about taking the air out of the basketball, it's just about working for stuff like that. And there you call him the garbage man, if you will. Zach Reese will go to the line and one.
They'll come up and get you right when you start sleeping on Reese. Nice, strong first step against Walsh. Gets him in the air. Bodies up. He's a strong player, and he finishes well. Reese actually the quarterback on the football team this past year. Led the Orangemen to the state semifinals for the second straight year.
And that opens up a 10-point lead for Beatrice. Largest of the game at 5:25 to play in the third quarter. That foul will be on Justin Whitler. And that will be his first and the team's first here in the second half.
Elkhorn's going to have to start hitting some big shots, and I would guess that some of them would have to come off the hand of Spittler, but he's on the bench right now.
A lot of activity going on there as Elkhorn nearly turned it over, and then drawing the foul was Brill. And that is the third foul on Zach Reese. So keep that in mind. First player in any real foul trouble here this afternoon. There's the first. Alex Baugh. Mom and Dad were here for Thursday's game and then immediately took a plane down to St. Louis to watch Nick Baugh play for Creighton in the Mo Valley tournament. Not sure if the Baughs are back here for this one or if they're still down in St. Louis, or maybe they're watching on the internet.
An eventful game for the Blue Jays at the Valley in the first round.
Imagine that, though, Creighton winning a tournament game in the Missouri Valley. That's such a rarity. There's a block from behind. Devin Walsh rejecting Fox. Whitler to trigger it in to Fox. Waits. pumps it up a couple of times, but shot won't fall.
And those little shots in the lane, you can almost guarantee Lynch is coming down with a rebound.
Brill with a quick three, and it barely drew iron. Work it into Fox. He walked. Jim Weeks thought it might have been a foul on Josh Lynch, but he didn't get the call. 4:28 left to play in the third quarter. Beatrice now with a 9-point lead.
Hi, I'm Matt Davison, and I drive Nebraska's highways almost every day. Please use caution when driving in winter weather, and watch for highway workers as they clear the roads. Slow down when you meet a snowplow, and don't brake suddenly if you're traveling in front of one. They can't stop as quickly as a car or pickup. If you're gonna head out in winter weather, check out the Nebraska Travel Information website at 511nebraska.org, or just dial them at 511. Don't take any chances this year. If there's ice and snow, take it slow.
Funding is provided in part by the Dr. Thomas and Dorothy Hallstrom Fund, created to support broadcasting of the Nebraska State High School basketball tournament.
Beatrice up 9, 4:28 to play in the third quarter.
Now Beatrice will take a little bit of pressure here in the backcourt. Just token pressure, man on man, as they all the way through. Lost it out of bounds. Josh Raymond had the idea of going right in. Lost control of the ball, and I think he was helped out here a little bit.
And I think that was the point of the token pressure. Elkhorn got a bit ahead of themselves, trying to go right to the hoop rather than just get it across the timeline and set up the half court.
And now you're really playing into the hands of the Orangemen. They've got a 9-point lead. There's no shot clock, and they can take their time.
They're not going to let you get too many shots off left in the third quarter.
Yeah, minimize possessions, but there's a turnover. Brill all the way in. Miss the layup. Follow. No. And a foul. Legs got tied up there. That was a leg tackle. Raymond and Gingrich, their legs got all twisted together in a knot. And when the defender's the one laying on the floor, that usually means the foul's on him.
2 shots at the bucket for Elkhorn, neither one to fall. The Antlers shooting 50%. Problem is the volume of shots. It's 9 of 18.
Yeah, only allowed 30 field goal attempts by York and 29 by Gretna yesterday. Gretna, 13 of 29. That's just a little bit less than 50%, but again, only 29 attempts at the basket. So Beatrice will again work patiently for the shot.
And he gets the ball down to Reese in the post.
I think he thought about going in. Now he goes into Reese. And traveling, no basket, traveling. Reese thought he was pushed, thought it should have been a 3-point play. Instead, it turns it over to Elkhorn.
Jim Weeks
and a break for the Antlers.
Yeah, Jim Weeks is right on the official as well.
Still talking to him. Top of your screen. So the lead is 9. Here comes Brill. Spiller traveling. Left his feet. And hit the ground before he could let go of the pass. Thought it for a second he was going to get away with it.
The Antlers struggling to find continuity offensively. They've been all out of sorts here in the second half.
Yeah, they have struggled. Just 3 points here in the quarter. too much English. That shot was all but down. Here comes Elkhorn running. Tipped out and last touched by the Orangemen. Yes, by the Orangemen. Elkhorn will inbound, but first, timeout taken by Alex Baugh. And that is their second timeout. They will have 3 remaining with 2:28 left to go here in the third period. Beatrice leading this one by 9. But, you know, we talked about it. It's one of the things that Beatrice likes to do, and that is once they get a lead, Jim Weeks, yeah, everyone loves to blow someone out because it's a lot easier on the nerves. But naturally, when you keep the score down, the margin of victories aren't going to be as great. But a 9-point lead for Beatrice for a lot of teams is akin to a 15, 16, 17-point lead just because of the style that they play and the solid defense.
At 2:28 to go in the quarter, there might only be 2 more shots taken the remaining in this period.
It's not unusual to think that way, you know, and we've talked about style and pacing throughout the course of the broadcast. Kirk Carlson, the head coach at Norris, talked earlier this year about how, you know, he was kind of hoping maybe he could push the tempo up a little bit this year with his team because he thought his team was built for that. But it is hard to do sometimes when a dominant tempo like Beatrice and a team that plays it and plays it well, sometimes you just can't do that.
It's also frustrating on your opponent. You know, it's like baseball. You don't want to be out in the field forever just standing around. Well, that's kind of what Beatrice makes you do when they have the basketball. You're constantly devoting all your energy to defense, and sometimes they are able to wear you down on the offensive side.
Josh Lynch had not called his name offensively for a while, and he gets a big bucket there and draws the foul on Fox, just his first. But a 3-point play opportunity now for Lynch, who scored his first 2 points of the second half. He's got 10 for the game.
You know, Lynch has been really solid today. I'm just surprised that he does not get more touches. And credit some of that to Beatrice's defense.
Okay, 6-point game again. Coming up on 2 minutes to play here in the third period. A look underneath from Murphy. Shoots a pass down. Fox was cutting, loose on the floor, still loose, and Elkhorn's got it.
There we go. Elkhorn with the basketball down by 6.
And keep in mind, this all happening with Zach Reese on the bench, though he just came over to the scorer's table. He's about to check in at the next whistle. Down low for Lynch. Has a man fronting and behind him in a charge. Fox drew the charge.
Stood his ground, just fell back when Lynch put the body backwards. See, Fox has those feet flat on the ground. He did not go up or try to move left or right.
Moved right through and drew his first foul of the game.
What a smart player Mike Fox is. Got a very high basketball IQ on both ends of the court.
The senior, part of last year's state runner-up team. Now with the ball, just inside the arc, coming up on a minute to go. Third quarter action, Class B championship here from the Devaney Center. Murphy. Beatrice held the ball for the final minute and a half of the second period, but probably won't hear. Another lengthy possession, but this one's going to end up at the free throw line. Devin Walsh just picked up his third foul for the Antlers. And Mike Fox with his 7 points and 5 rebounds. Now at the free throw line for Beatrice.
Fairly clean game outside of Reese. Really nobody's battling foul trouble. Spittler for Elkhorn has 3, but I'll assure you that he'll be out on the court for a little offense here down the stretch.
Tommy Bardsley now in. He is right of your picture there in black. Just checked into the game. In and out on the free throw, and Bardsley gets the tap. How about that? Bardsley comes in, first time he touches the basketball. He scores.
Fresh into the basketball game. Bardsley just tipping it around, staying with it, and puts the 2 in. 9-point contest.
And as Brill was driving, we have a foul, and it may be against Bardsley. It is.
That's a big spark by Bardsley. It's plays like that that really get the fans into the basketball game. We hit a lull there for a little bit. You bring in a player off the bench, and he contributes right away. That's something to get you on the feet.
34-25, 9-point game. Beatrice is led by as much as 10. Entry, and he'll draw 2. Lynch tried to muscle up the shot. Foul is on Fox. That's his second. Like to see more of that if you're an Elkhorn fan. Get that ball into Lynch and see if you can get Fox into some foul trouble. Get him off the floor. That's just his second, though. And the first free throw is missed by Lynch. 15th foul against the Orangemen with 27.9 seconds left in the third quarter. Coming up on decision time here in Class B, third of 6 championship games here at the boys tournament. Goes 1 for 2, and the lead is 8 for Beatrice. And they'll hold for the final shot. I think we're safe in assuming that.
Trevor Minke time. Did it twice yesterday right before the buzzer. It starts with him. Sometimes he'll dish, but he's not afraid to pull the trigger.
Waiting, looking for a place to go. Bardsley, Fox for 3. In and out. Bardsley with the rebound and almost put it back in. We go to the final quarter. Orangemen 34, Antlers 26.
The NSAA State High School Basketball Championships are underwritten in part by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. And by U.S. Bank, measuring success through performance, pride, products, and people, backed by a 5-star service guarantee. U.S. Bank, member FDIC.
Get ready for the Osmonds! Celebrating 50 years of entertainment. Don't miss the Osmonds reunion concert.
Monday night at 7 Central Time on NET1.
Eight minutes until we crown a Class B champion. Beatrice holding an 8-point lead. Head into the final period.
This will be Weston Fox to bring it into the front court for the Antlers, who trail by 8. Had an early lead just before midway in the second quarter. There's a nice fadeaway from Spittler as they drained 3 threes in that period to take a brief lead, but then Beatrice got the lead back and has not relinquished it since.
Remember, Elkhorn was the one that raced out to a 10-2 lead. Or no, pardon me, as Beatrice. So Elkhorn rallied to take that lead.
Reese back into the game, playing with 3 fouls. This is Gingrich. And back to Reese. Value those possessions. Work for the open shot. Fox works for it.
Plenty of room to operate, too. The Orangemen just kind of get out of the lane, letting Fox
Reese
go to
blocked, got it back, and a traveling call. Orangemen fans not happy at all, but Josh Lynch basically played Patrick Waugh there. He was the goalie in net and would not let anybody get that basket.
That's his territory, that paint. We can talk about his numbers offensively with 12 points, but he's been pretty outstanding on the rebounding end with 7 boards. And also just putting the locks down in the paint.
The way Beatrice plays offensively, this is an important possession here early in the period in this final quarter for Elkhorn. A chance to get within 4, maybe 3. Brill stripped by Menke. Just flat slapped it out of there.
Sometimes you get a whistle on that when you're slapping down. No call there.
Now Brill will bring it up the front court and the foul. Gingrich thought he had position. Brill using his football skills to go right through him. But they'll call the foul on Beatrice. That's number 3 on Gingrich as you see the collision.
That could go either way.
Most times, though, in a backcourt break situation like that, probably 95% of the time, that's going to go against the defender. How about that off-balance 3 from Spittler? Outlet down the floor, blocked! Huge block by Walsh, but it pinballs out to Beatrice, and then out of bounds, last touched by Elkhorn. Brill didn't think he had it touched last. 6 minutes left to go. Beatrice leads by 6.
Programming provided by Nebraska Public Power District.
My job as an engineer for the Nebraska Public Power District is rewarding. My education and technical skills are used every day to help generate electricity for Nebraska. And I feel good because I believe that what I do maintains the state's quality of life.
NPPD is where I want to be.
Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need us. Together with your local public power utility.
Rising from acres of Midwestern farm fields, a revolution is coming. A new era of energy independence from foreign oil. It's called soy biodiesel. Made with soybean oil, this fuel is a sustainable, renewable resource. America, it's time for an oil change. Soy biodiesel, grown in the Midwest.
The Beatrice student section in full force. That's the scene of the Devaney Center court from the vantage point of the Beatrice student body.
Well, Alex Baugh's Elkhorn Antlers have a 6-point deficit to crawl out of in the last 6 minutes, and little brother Nick and Creighton down 8 against Drake in the second round of the Valley tournament with about 7 minutes to play. So the Baugh family having to work from behind here on this Saturday afternoon. What Alex Baugh's team needs here is a stop. Fox still working. And again, Lynch standing his ground. Now can Elkhorn get this thing tighter? Through. No, he missed the layup. After going through Fox, and now Reese. Blocked. Long pass down the floor, and Lynch was not close enough. Elkhorn just got a little over anxious. So that's 3 possessions now that Elkhorn has had where they've had a chance to get potentially within as close as 3, and they have come up empty each time. You're not going to get that many opportunities against Beatrice. You've got to capitalize. You're putting a lot of pressure on yourself.
And we're really seeing the Fox-Lynch matchup crank up quite a bit right here.
Menke fouled. Will go to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be on Raymond. And that will be his 3rd. Here it is again. Nice head fake. Gets Raymond off his feet and draws the whistle. Timeout on the floor. 4:55 to play in this one. As I mentioned, that was the 3rd foul on Raymond. Elkhorn using the timeout here. They've got 2 left. Beatrice still has all 5 of their timeouts left. Both teams are in the bonus with 6 fouls, team fouls apiece. And as I mentioned, we've got a number of players with 3 fouls. Reese and Gingrich for Beatrice on the floor right now. Raymond and Walsh for Elkhorn, but no one with more than 3. So there's your quick game reset with 4:55 left to play. And Beatrice, who has led since the halfway point of the second quarter, still with the 6-point advantage.
Yeah, we've been stuck at 34-28 for 3 minutes. Elkhorn has had the better chances of cutting into that Beatrice lead, but unable to cash in.
Now Trevor Menke can put a little bit of distance at the line, but he misses the first. Beatrice really hasn't shot a lot of free throws in this tournament. 10 in each of the first 2 games. A little bit more today. I believe they're now 9 of 12 from the line in this one.
This is where postseason experience may come into play. Beatrice has been here several times over the past few years.
And Lynch thinks it should be a goaltend. They're not going to call it. They want to see if it was a goaltending call. It was very close.
However, that is Jesse Ginrich's 4th personal foul. He'll stay on the floor, though. Disagreement about the
score because they have not adjusted Beatrice after that made free throw. It's 35-28, but even all during that just gave Josh Lynch a chance to talk even more about how that should have been goaltending. Instead, it's 2 free throws. He's got the first.
Lynch, a good post player, headed to UNO. He's also a really good baseball player. He's a senior. So his final game with the Antlers today. Been a big part of the rise of Elkhorn as of late.
Makes them both. Nice touch on those free throws, and it's down to a 5-point lead. 4:39 left to play. A lot of time left, but just how much air is Beatrice going to take out of the basketball? Menke, Whitler. Whitler's going to back it up on the dribble. And a pass is stolen away. Here comes Brill. Can he convert this one? Yes! Jared Brill has made it a 3-point game.
And look out, Elkhorn with a lot of momentum. Beatrice's offense gone into a bit of a lull here as of late.
And with that, they rise on the far side of the arena, the Elkhorn Nation. Charge! No basket! Charge!
Wow, just like that, all the energy in this arena just went across the court.
No question about it. It has brought new life to Elkhorn.
We thought we were just cruising along to a Beatrice win with them just grinding out the clock. But Elkhorn has something else to say about that. Nice run here by the Antlers, 35-32.
Pivotal because if that's a basket, then likely it's and one and a chance for Beatrice to extend the lead. Now Elkhorn can tie with a 3. They'll enter it for Lynch. His cutting teammate nowhere to be found, so he'll just turn around and swish. It's a 1-point game with 3.5 to go.
Quick move. I think Fox expected him to take a little bit more time and was still on the ground when Lynch elevated to take the shot.
Pressure now on the Orangemen here. Leading by 1. Timeout, Jim Weeks and Beatrice. He'll take a 30 as they roar their approval from the Elkhorn side of the arena. 3:14 to go, 35-34. Jared Brill helping get that started with the steal and the basket. And then Mr. Lynch getting into the offensive mix now here in the 4th quarter.
A 10-1 run by the Antlers. And now they're establishing all their weapons. A lot of the game, it was Josh Lynch, Josh Lynch, Josh Lynch. But you look lately, there's also Jared Brill and Dan Spittler getting it done. So if you're Jim Weeks, you're not necessarily focusing on one man defensively.
No, you can't. So here we go. 3:14 left. Dan, what do you got for us?
Players down, everybody very animated, including the head coach, Jim Weeks. You know what, they just need to try to calm down and hold this 1-point lead right now, but it seems to be slipping away. We'll see if the Orangemen can hang on. 3 minutes to play.
Thanks, Dan. Outside, Reese. And now back it up for Menke. Fox gives his teammate a pick, but the jump shot is off, and now Elkhorn with a chance to take the lead. Ritzdorf. They look for the high lob. Nearly too high. Outside. Contact, no foul. 3, no. Offensive board from Brill, and taken away by Fox.
Brill just tried to force it across the lane.
Now here's Reese, a huge block out of bounds. Walsh.
I tell you what,
came in behind and just knocked it away.
Elkhorn has had several huge defensive plays that have triggered this momentum.
We're back for the final 2:17.
Hi, I'm Matt Davison, and I drive Nebraska's highways almost every day. Please use caution when driving in winter weather, and watch for highway workers as they clear the roads. Slow down when you meet a snowplow, and don't brake suddenly if you're traveling in front of one. They can't stop as quickly as a car or pickup. If you're gonna head out in winter weather, check out the Nebraska Travel Information website at 511nebraska.org, or just dial them at 511. Don't take any chances this year. If there's ice and snow, take it slow.
Programming on NET television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank, fulfilling their commitment to serve customers wherever they are on their terms, providing a full range of banking services at 57 branch offices and more than 100 ATMs located conveniently across Nebraska. Wherever you go, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, you'll find us.
What a situation we have. Beatrice leading by 1 with the basketball, 2:17 to go.
Whitler trying to get it in, and he does. Working the clock. The lead is 1. Orangemen trying for their 7th state championship in school history. Elkhorn their first, under 2 to play.
Well, we've talked throughout the broadcast about Beatrice milking the ball when they have it in their possession. It's going to make the shot selection awfully important.
Menke, little fake dribble drive now. Back around the perimeter again. Zach Reese.
You know, this is not drawn up. This is just running a basic motion style offense, waiting for something to clear out.
Nothing clearing out for Fox. Menke looked for the backdoor pass and threw it away.
Menke and Reese on opposite pages. Reese cutting to the basket. Menke threw it behind Reese just a tad bit.
So now Elkhorn with a chance to take the lead again. With 1:15 to go, and everyone rising to their feet here in the Devaney Center. Drama time in Class B. Working a double team, no basket, but Josh Lynch will go to the free throw line. This will be 1-1. The foul is on Fox. No, I'm sorry. I misspoke. That's on Menke, his second. But Lynch goes to the line, a 1-1, potentially for the lead. We're tied.
Wow. Elkhorn just hung in there all second half long, and now the Antlers have a chance to take the lead with 1:08 to play.
In and out. A minute to go in the Class B championship, and timeout Beatrice. So, what do? Beatrice still has 3 timeouts. They also have the possession arrow. Both teams, as I mentioned, are in the bonus. Now they have 4 fouls up there on Fox. Did they change that call on Menke? I thought they had called it on Menke, but maybe it was on Fox. They put up 4 fouls on Fox on the board. So I'm going to assume that that is correct.
Well, beyond that, it's 35-35 Beatrice with the basketball. They'll probably use 59 seconds. Maybe a little bit earlier to hopefully get a rebound. So I really think you have to be very aware of Zach Reese in a situation like this. He had a game-winning putback earlier this season. So I think Beatrice is just going to work the ball around the perimeter, try to take a shot under 10 seconds. That at least gives you a chance at a potential putback if you get the rebound. The problem is there's no guarantees of that happening because Josh Lynch will be down low defending.
So if you're Elkhorn, you could put Beatrice to the line for a 1-and-1 if you wanted to. If you wanted to be aggressive and try to take the ball away. I don't know if you necessarily want to do that and give them a chance to score uncontested.
That's the thing. You don't want to potentially give up the lead just by sending them to the line.
Right.
Try to hold your ground
but you at least have that option of being aggressive if you need to. By the way, the last time the Class B champion scored less than 40 points in the final, you have to go back to 1949 when Seward beat Holy Name 33-29. Thanks to Stu Pospisil of the World Herald for bringing us that stat. Maybe 40 will win it. If it goes to overtime, Fox misses the runner and a foul, and it's going to be Elkhorn to the line for a chance to take the lead.
That's Fox's fifth, so he is done. Lynch to the line with a chance to take the lead.
Here's the replay.
I am surprised they took the shot so early.
They have posted the 5th foul on the scoreboard, but Fox is still standing in the low block.
I guess we can't go off of the scoreboard.
They have posted 5 fouls on the board for Fox, but apparently it's got to. Is it only his 4th? Apparently so.
Because I thought Bardsley was going to come in.
Well, Bardsley just came in for Whitler, but the big thing here was that Lynch missed the first free throw. Elkhorn takes the lead. First time since early second quarter.
Way to persevere by the Antlers. Now they got a D up.
This is it. Menke, Fox, spinning, working. No, Reese though with the offensive board foul. Before Reese can go up, Reese goes to the line, 1-and-1. 1-and-1, here it is.
Fox is having troubles getting the ball in the hoop here.
He's been working for it. I mean, how many times have we seen him working for a shot, but it just doesn't go in because of great interior defense.
Fox just 3 of 16 from the field.
That was Walsh's 4th foul, by the way. 1-and-1 right here. Tie game.
That wasn't pretty, but it goes in.
This is for the lead. Beatrice by 1. 27 seconds left. Does Alex Ba use a timeout right here? Yes, he will. With 21.4 seconds left. So here it is. A few seconds ago, it was Beatrice potentially to set up for the win. They go to the foul line instead. And now it's Elkhorn's turn with 21.4 seconds left. Gotta believe, as they have changed everything on the scoreboard to clarify the foul situation, Gingrich has 4 and Fox has 4. I gotta believe, at least my philosophy would be, get the ball into Lynch.
You do what's gotten you to this point, and that's Josh Lynch. Not just today, but throughout the entire season. If there's one guy who wants the ball in his hands, it's going to be that senior leader. So big assignment by Mike Fox. And keep in mind the foul situation. So Lynch might be going up strong, looking for a foul, which would put him at the line for a pair. It's no longer 1-and-1.
Does Elkhorn go early, or do they wait late?
You take the shot around 10 seconds. because if you don't get that shot at 10 seconds, again, Lynch and Walsh down low, they could potentially tip it out or grab the rebound and give you a second chance.
Well, you got to believe Beatrice is going to be looking for that. They'll leave opportunity outside, possibly, to avoid anything easy down in the paint. Let's see how they do it. This is it. Brill, 15 seconds. Walsh, Brill, down to 10. Trying to look inside for the big guy. It's Lynch with 7. Lynch has the ball taken away. It's loose on the floor. Beatrice basketball. Timeout Orangemen with 3.6 seconds left. It was taken away for Josh Lynch. And I think it was Gingrich that got it.
Just active hands down low. Lynch caught the basketball, didn't look directly at trying to score right away. He was looking to see if there was anybody open on the outside. I think he was expecting Beatrice to really collapse on him and freeing up one of his players on the perimeter. But instead, Beatrice escapes at the line. Or do they call that a time? That's a timeout.
That was a timeout, Beatrice, as the ball was stripped from Lynch as he was trying to back his way in.
So now Elkhorn will be flying at the basketball, trying to get a turnover off the inbounds.
Well, keep in mind, it's still a 1-and-1, so if you're Elkhorn, you either got to get the quick steal or the quick foul. It's not over yet, but advantage Beatrice.
Jim Weeks almost to mid-court, talking to his team, sizing up the situation. It all starts with getting the ball in. A nice move by Alex Ball to put Josh Lynch at the point of attack. Those long arms trying
3.6 seconds left.
Trying to tip the basketball. Remember, the clock starts the second it gets touched in play.
Reese looking, and a timeout. 5-second count was on. Beatrice still had a couple of timeouts to spare, so now they're down to 1. And in many cases, teams will do that. They will purposely wait just to see what defensive set is up there from the opposition. There was no opportunity, so you had a timeout left. Perfect opportunity to burn it. Talk about it again. 3.6 seconds left. Beatrice leads by 1. A big play. I think it was Gingrich that got it.
What a great game, John. Looking back on this whole thing, it's kind of slow going in the first half. Beatrice goes on a run, Elkhorn goes on a run, but you got to commend the job by the Antlers to hang tough that entire second half. They had a nice stretch there in the fourth quarter to make this a fantastic ball game, and it's not over yet.
So once again, Lynch will play on the inbound. Reese will trigger it in for the Orangemen. Looking into Fox, and a quick foul. Took a second and some change off the clock. 2.4 left. Now remember, this is a 1-and-1. And because it is a 1-and-1, it does make for an interesting scenario here. You could almost intentionally miss the first free throw, and then to get Elkhorn, you got to remember, Elkhorn would not get a chance. Let's just say he makes them both. Obviously, he has to make the first to get the second. Let's say he makes them both. That at least gives Elkhorn a chance, as they have just burned their last time out, to inbound the ball with the clock stopped and at least look for someone open. If he misses the foul shot, the clock starts as soon as someone touches the ball, and if Beatrice is contesting, that's just going to take extra seconds off the clock. So potentially missing isn't such a bad thing here, because you're still looking at Elkhorn probably having to force up some kind of a miracle, even if they can get the ball cleanly.
Here's my thought, though. You miss, Elkhorn has a chance to win. You make both your free throws, Elkhorn has a chance to tie. You do not give up your lead. You go in there to the charity stripe thinking, I got to nail both of these, and the worst we can do is go to overtime.
So that's how you have it. I'm more of a riverboat gambler. Kevin's going to play it conservative. Either way, you've got a good guy at the foul line. I mean, Mike Fox is a guy that you definitely want out there. In fact, let's take a what's he done today. He's 2 for 4 today. He had been perfect in his prior 6 attempts from the charity stripe. Now, Beatrice does not have anybody underneath the basket. So that does change it a little bit here.
Because if there's a miss, Beatrice is going to fly up and just try to distract just a touch. Don't foul, though.
Makes the first. 2-point lead, 2.4 seconds left. No timeouts left for Elkhorn. Makes the second. Now they have a chance to get it in, and Jim Weeks will call the timeout, which does give Elkhorn at least a chance to draw something up. Of course, if you're Weeks' perspective, it gives you a chance to make sure you have everyone in the right spot defensively where you want them to be. So, playing the Kevin Suit strategy, they make the free throws. You cannot lose unless, of course, you're fouled on a miracle three make.
And right now, 2.4 seconds, you can get the ball in around the free throw line in the backcourt and get past half court. So you can potentially get a pretty good shot off here.
Well, if you're looking for someone to put the ball in the hands of, I would think that a Dan Spittler, a Josh Raymond, a couple of guys who have the potential of making threes.
Beatrice going to sag off. They're not going to take any chances at fouls in the front court. They'll let him catch. See what Elkhorn's going to do.
Richdorf will inbound. Elkhorn needs a 3 to tie. Baseball pass, intercepted, that's it. Beatrice wins.
Banner number 7 will be hung in the O-zone.
Mike Fox takes away the pass, and with it, Elkhorn's chances of forcing an extra period. Beatrice 39, Elkhorn 36. Medal presentations are coming up.
Carrier.
Coming in April to NET1.
Coming down to the final seconds, Beatrice defeats Elkhorn 39-36 to win the state championship. Great effort by Elkhorn. Looked like they might have been out of it early in the period, but they rallied back, even had the lead for a moment. But Beatrice, championship experience usually pans out in these circumstances. Let's go down to PA address announcer Rich Broderson for our medal presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we are pleased to present the Sportsmanship Award for Class C1. We want to thank all schools, students, fans, players, and coaches for their ongoing efforts to improve sportsmanship at the state tournament and throughout the year. We also thank Awards Unlimited and the Nebraska Independent College Foundation for sponsoring these awards. Making the presentation and representing the Nebraska Athletic Directors Association is Mike McMahon of Omaha Scott High School. Representing the Nebraska Coaches Association is Sam Dunn of Minden High School. Presenting the award and representing the Nebraska Independent College Foundation is Brian Friedrich from Concordia University. This year's Class C1 Sportsmanship Award is presented to Minden High School. Receiving the award is Athletic Director Carl Ashman. Congratulations, Minden High School and students Brittany Cremosta and Andre Jacobson. And ladies and gentlemen, presenting the Class B award and representing the Nebraska Independent College Foundation is President Jonathan Brand from Doane College. This year's Class B Sportsmanship Award is presented to Gretna High School. Receiving the award is Principal Roger Miller. Congratulations. The Nebraska School Activities Association is pleased to present medals and trophies to both of these outstanding teams. The awards will be presented by NSAA Board of Control members Terry Keneally of York and Dr. Bob Resnicek of Omaha West Side. They will be assisted by U.S. Bank Representative Shirley Hobza. First, here are the awards for the 2008 Class B runner-up from Elkhorn High School. Well, head coach Alex Baugh and your assistant step toward the middle of the court to present the silver medals to each member of your team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 10, Weston Fox. Number 12, Jared Brill. Number 14, Ryan Carlisle. Number 20, Dan Spittler. Number 22, Josh Raymond. Number 24, Jake Ritzdorf. Number 30, Drew Munger. Number 32, Devin Walsh. Number 34, Zach Kramer. Number 40, Jeff Oatman. Number 42, Josh Lynch. And number 52, Trevor Roach. All of you are welcome to receive the runner-up trophy for your school. Congratulations, Elkhorn High School. 2008 Class B State runner-up. And now to the champions from Beatrice High School. First, head coach Jimmy Weeks. We have a special coaches award for you. Now, coach, hand out the gold medals to your championship team members. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 3, Trevor Minke. Number 4, Tommy Bardsley. Number 10, Lucas Laughlin. Number 21, Zach Reese. Number 22, Austin Niedfeld. Number 23, Jesse Ginrich. Number 24, Justin Whitler. Number 33, Mike Fox. Number 34, Kyle Nienaber. Number 42, Ben Murphy. Number 44, Jimmy Higgins. And number 45, Grant Smith. And now, all of you are welcome to receive the state championship trophy. Congratulations to the Orangemen of Beatrice High School, the 2008 Class B state basketball champions.
So another happy trip back down Highway 77 to Beatrice for the Orangemen, as they have prevailed here in the Class B final, 39-33. First time, as we mentioned, since the 40s that the winner in Class B has scored less than 40 points to win. And it's not about how many you score, it's just mattering that you score more than the other team. And that's exactly what Beatrice had today, as Mike Fox intercepts the inbound with 2 seconds left and prevents Elkhorn from getting off a last-ditch shot that might have either tied or possibly won the game if it had been a 4-point play opportunity. Let's go down now. Alex Baugh, great effort by Elkhorn. They knocked off the defending 2-time champs, but they came up short here today. Alex is now with Dan Hedman. Dan.
Coach Baugh, great effort by your guys. In the end, the ball just, I guess, didn't bounce your way today.
Right. I'm really proud of our kids. I mean, from top to bottom, I thought we defended again great today. We just couldn't get things to go offensively. Josh Lynch was an absolute stud today. When we got him the ball, he was automatic. But again, the reason we got here was because our kids were committed to defending. Our seniors were great leaders all the way through. And you know, we can't let one game kind of ruin the journey, so to speak. I'm just so proud of what these guys have accomplished here, not just this year, but in the last couple years, to really kind of push our program forward.
You guys had a shot at the end there, 3 seconds left. Josh gets stripped. What'd you tell him? Because he's been really the spark plug for you guys all year.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we knew we were going to him. I mean, that's for sure. And when you lose a game going to Josh Lynch, you live with it because that's the right thing to do, and the kids believed in it, and we were confident all the way through. It just happened to be a play down the stretch that didn't go our way.
All right, thanks, Coach. One of your first trips since 1970, so a great season for you guys. I'll let you get with your guys.
Thanks.
We go to break right now. It was 39-36, Beatrice, your Class B champion.
Live coverage of the 2008 State High School Basketball Championships is brought to you in part by Nebraska's independent colleges offer individualized attention and a close student-faculty relationship with a goal of educational success. The Nebraska Abstinence Education Program, working to prevent teenage pregnancy and the spread of sexually transmitted disease by promoting sexual abstinence until marriage. Nebraska Furniture Mart, with 450,000 square feet of furniture, flooring, appliances, and electronics all in one store. It's worth the trip. Concordia University, Nebraska, is a Christ-centered community ready to prepare students for a life of leadership and service.
Join NET's Sports Partners Club and be a part of a team that delivers Nebraska sports coverage to your home. As a club member, you can receive a member certificate, a club duffel bag, a signed Matt Davison poster, and more. Don't be a spectator, be a team member. Join NET's Sports Partners Club today.
A good cowboy can't go to bed at night if his cows are hungry. You spend all of your life taking care of animals.
These are the stories that made Nebraska the beef state. Coming this June on NET1 and NET HD.
Back at the Devaney Center as the arena clears. First session is in the books, and Beatrice, for the 7th time in school history, state champions, 39-36 over the Elkhorn Antlers. Your final numbers on this victory. We said that Beatrice doesn't usually allow you to get off too many shots. Elkhorn just 26 field goal attempts, but they did make half of them. Josh Lynch, 6 of 7. 6 of 8 from the free throw line, 6 of 7 from the field, 18 points for the senior who's headed to UNO. Beatrice just one player in double figures, Mike Fox with 10, but of course the big play for Fox was taking away that last ditch effort by Elkhorn to get the ball in and try to set up for a game tying shot. Now back to the backstage area where Jim Weeks has won yet another Class B championship.
39-36, what a workman's-like effort out of Beatrice. Coach Weeks got interesting there late.
Yeah, they made us play, and luckily Zach made a couple nice free throws, and Jesse made a play on defense.
What happened there at the end? They had a chance to take the lead, try to get the ball inside to Josh Lynch, but the ball came free.
Yeah, just Jesse Genrick went down on his hands and knees and crawled and grabbed the ball and was able to secure and get a timeout.
I think this game really kind of summarizes your style of play, the kids buckling down late in the game when the season was on the line.
Yeah, it was a tough game. They're always tough. I think sometimes as a young coach, you think, we get this thing, it's going to be easy, but it doesn't seem like it ever is ever easy. So to get the win with this group of kids, these kids really struggled as young kids, and they really worked. These kids were in my trophy case even before this game. So it's a great group of seniors and a really 5 years.
Jim, an incredible ride. You came in as the number.
Mike Fox, and he felt pressure all year long. And I talked to him before every game. I said, "How do you feel, Mike?" And he'd always say, "Nervous." And so to win it with these guys and Mike, and you may not have a great player like Mike come through every day. So to win it with him was special.
Jim, congratulations. We'll now let some of the players come in, and we start with Zach Rees. Zach hitting a couple of those clutch free throws late in the ballgame. What's running through your mind? You know that the game is in your hands.
Well, yeah, I was nervous. I mean, down 1, 2 free throws, 1-1, and I had to make the first one to at least stay in the game, and then I made that one. It was a big relief, and the second one felt really good.
Getting those buckets to go gives you this. How does this feel?
Feels great. Never had a feeling like this. It's just awesome.
Zach, congratulations. Thank you very much. Well played game. Jesse Genrich up next, 6 points, 2 rebounds. Jesse, this is a very interesting game. You guys seemed like you were coasting there in the second half, but then they kind of got right on your heels and made a game out of it.
We know it's going to be a 4-quarter game. We just got to battle every possession. It's every possession game, and we know we're going to come out on top.
Did doubt creep in because you guys had a double-digit deficit and they just went on a huge run and pushed you guys?
Oh, it creeps in here and there, but you just got to keep playing, and we'll come out with a win.
Jesse, congratulations. Thanks, man. Trevor Minke, the sophomore, coming up with some more clutch buckets today. Trevor, you've had a fantastic state tournament. Just put these 3 days into words.
Well, we've been preparing for this our whole lives. I mean, this is a dream for a little kid since you've been like a little kid and stuff. So you just want to play in the state tournament and get to the finals. So it's been a lot of fun.
Talk about that big early run that you guys went on. I have to think that was pretty key, the fact that you guys established the momentum early.
Yeah, we came out and hit a lot of big shots right away, and we had a lot of momentum coming. But we knew we had to keep playing. You know, it was going to be a 4-quarter game, and we knew they'd come back eventually. So we just had to keep battling.
Trevor, thank you. We'll let you hand off the trophy and bring in Justin Whitler. Justin with a strong defensive performance as well as offensive. Justin, the hands are on the trophy, the second in 3 years. Does this kind of make up for what happened last year?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Last year was a little bit disappointing at the end there, but this year really put it together and finished strong.
How much did maybe that championship loss last year fuel what has happened this year?
We just knew we had to work more in the off-season, get extra shooting in, and play in the summer more and really develop into good basketball players.
Justin, congratulations. We'll let you hand off the trophy and bring in our 5th player. Mike Fox, 10 points, 5 rebounds, and Mike coming up huge down the stretch, and the ball is in your hands late in the contest. I'm sure there was some words said that you wanted the basketball at that time.
Yeah, you know, Coach always says to just give me the ball at the end, so, you know, you just got to be confident with the ball, and I am.
You can retire those shoes now, right? You told me yesterday your shoes, they're lucky and you kept them on.
Yeah, they're going in the garbage once I get home. Probably the ankle braces too.
this ride. I mean, you've certainly put your stamp on the history of Beatrice basketball. Just kind of talk about your individual journey here, getting another state championship.
It's been real fun. Sometimes me and Coach haven't seen eye to eye, but in the end it all pays off.
Coach Weeks, can you just talk about him? He gave you some praise. Your comments on Coach Weeks?
He's over the years he's been kind of like a mentor to me. You can go to him whenever you need to. So, I just love him as a coach.
Mike, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to all of the Beatrice Orangemen, the Class B champions for the second time in 3 years. That is it for the end of that's the end of the first session here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center on Championship Saturday. Be sure to tune back in at 5 o'clock. That's when we return here to the Devaney for the Class C2 State Championship.